Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'm here to bring you a wig review in partnership with Nape Brand Wigs. This is a brand new style by Gabor called Let's Lambada. It's in the color SS Buttered Biscuit and the code for this is GL16-27SS. In this review, I'm going to tell you everything I know about this wig. I'm going to show you inside the cap. We'll go outside and look at this color. I'll try to give you all the information you need to make a good decision on this budget-friendly synthetic wig. Yes, that's right. It is budget-friendly, and I'd love to tell you about it. So let's talk about it. All right, everybody, let's qualify budget-friendly. What budget-friendly means to one person doesn't necessarily mean budget-friendly to another, but as of the filming of this video in April 2023, if you use a 30% discount code, which I have one for you in the description of this video, you will save 30%, and that brings the price of this to under $100, not including shipping, not including tax, any of those things. But that, to me, for a high quality synthetic wig, under $100 is budget friendly. So that's my qualification of budget friendly. Now, I would like to thank Nape Brand Wigs for sending me Let's Lambada so I could share with all of you. I really love showing you all different styles, all different colors. Whether or not they're the most flattering for me, I show them anyway, because I know someone out there is looking for a beautiful, short, fun, sort of asymmetrical cut. And so I'm going to show that to you. If you've never visited Nape Brand Wigs, please go to their website, napebrandwigs.com. They're a wonderful online retailer. I've been working with them now for about a year and a half, but I've been a customer for over 4 years, long before I ever started working with them on reviews. So I really, really do highly recommend them. And if you're just here to see certain things in this video, please know in all my videos, I timestamp the important segments so you can skip ahead to whatever it is that you're looking for in case you don't care to hear about these things in the future. All right, everybody, let's take a look at Let's Lambada from all sides. You guys can see this one has a very, very short nape. I always tell you that if a nape is 2 inches or shorter, you really need to know the length of your own hairline if you have hair, so that you know whether or not it's going to show. This has a 1.75 inch nape. That's fairly short. For me personally, unless I'm buzzing my hair, normally a nape this short, you can see some of my hairline right here on the sides. That's typically where my low hairline shows up on a short wig. Something to be aware of, and you may not know until you try some short styles how it'll work for you. So just keep that in mind for future reference. Now, like I said, this has a basic cap, otherwise known as a machine-made cap. So there's no lace front, no monofilament, but it's such a cute style. I really don't think you will miss it on this piece. First of all, we've got a short enough bang that you can't tell that there's no lace front there. And if you want to wear this as a full bang, that's how it looks on me. Please look in the description for my measurements. I believe I'm 2.5 inches from my hairline to right around the area, my eyebrow area where I would want bangs to fall. This one is just a little bit too long for me. It would be super, super easy to trim that up if I wanted to wear this as a full bang. I do have a video where I show you how to do that with a thinning razor. It is foolproof. Anyone can do it, especially when you've got a template built for you already. So please don't be afraid to trim up bangs on a wig like this. If you have a shorter measurement here like I do and they tend to be too long, they almost always are on me, and I actually prefer that because you can't do anything about a bang that's too short, but you can trim up a bang that's too long. And what I also really love about this is there's really no visible permatease up here. I'm going to show you that up close. The way that they constructed this piece and the way that they sewed these fibers in on the top, it really gives it a natural look on top, and you don't see visible permatease. If you're new to wig wearing, sometimes on these basic cap wigs, you can see a little bit of visible permatease where you part it. That's sort of a frizzy, wiry type fiber. That can sometimes be a dead giveaway that you're wearing a wig. There are a lot of things you can do to hide visible permatease. This one doesn't really seem to have that issue, but if it did, I would just go ahead and play with it right here. I would pick up the hair right at that part line. Maybe even take a wide tooth comb in there and try to really wake up those fibers and get them to lift up above that Permatease. Sometimes non-rooted colors as well can and be a little bit more of a challenge with visible Permatease. This has a very soft, natural root, but this color does come in an unrooted version. So keep in mind, if you don't like rooted wigs, you tend to wear light colors, maybe grays, sometimes visible Permatease can be a challenge. So you'll just want to get in there, you'll want to play with it. You can use some styling cream to make sure those fibers stay up above that Permatease. And headbands, they're my favorite. I love wearing headbands with wigs, especially short wigs. But if you've got a wig with visible Permatease, a headband like this, strategically placed, will hide that Permatease. So do keep that in mind if you make a purchase and you can't return it and you're struggling to wear it. Styling is your best friend. I will link my Amazon store in the description where I have tons of headbands like this one linked because they're amazing and they work great with wigs. One of my favorite accessories. So this is what a basic cap looks like. No features. You've just got your cap right there. Up here is generally where that Permatease lives. We'll talk about how much Permatease this has in a moment. We've got open ear tabs and there's lots of hair sewn in on those ear tabs, which gives a lot of really good coverage at the sides. We do not have an extended nape. It's not as tiny as some napes, but it's really not extended, and we've got Velcro adjusters. The rest is open wefted. So this wig is very, very lightweight. It clocks in at 2.4 ounces. Oh, one thing I want to mention, you guys, on short wigs like this, please cut your tags out. You do run the risk of the tags showing through. This one is, they did pretty good with it, but if the hair lays just wrong, you might see those tags. So please remember to cut tags out of short wigs because you don't look at your back very often. You might not think about that, but that can be a risk. All right, so like I said, this is a pretty lightweight wig at 2.4 ounces. We've got a 1.75 inch nape, like I mentioned, so you keep that in mind as well. As far as volume and Permatease go, first of all, you guys saw how easy it is. This is truly a shake and go. This is out of the box. I've done nothing at all to this one, but throw it on and run my fingers through it. That is all I've done to this one. It's really a nice shake and go. It also has a low density of hair, so it doesn't feel overwhelming. And while it does have a little bit of Permatease right here, that's pretty much the only place that it has Permatease, right here. It is not super poofy or pillowy. They did a really excellent job. You kind of have to have a little bit of Permatease when you don't have any cap features. Something has to hide where the fibers are sewn into the cap, and that's what Permatease can do. But it's not heavy, it's not poofy. I don't look in the mirror and feel like this is a lot of hair or big hair at all. So if you struggle with being overwhelmed by wigs, one of your options is to get a fully hand-tied cap. Those will never really have Permatease. Another option would be to find one like this that has a relatively low density and low amount of Permatease. Now, if you're looking for a lot of Permatease because you love to get in there and zhuzh your hair up and make really big hair, I think you can get a little bit of volume and messiness out of this, but you're not getting a ton. I would say if you like big hair, you might need to use a lot of product in a wig like this to get a bunch of lift. You can see, I think that's about the amount of volume that I'm going to be able to get out of this one. But if you don't want volume, you certainly don't have to do that. It just lays so nice. And you can see we've got, it's definitely asymmetrical. We've got more length on this side than this side. This is about all we've got for length over here, you guys. I just had a wig sister give me feedback that when I do short wigs, to do this with the sides. I'm going to try to remember to do that in all of my short wig videos from now on. This is the first one. But anyway, so you can see it's definitely asymmetrical. If you want to tamp that down a little bit and do some tucking, you can, and sort of smooth that. That works really well. Now, this wig fits me really well. I believe Gabor runs very, very true to average. I get a little bit of extra cap up here, as you can see when I do this, how it buckles a little bit, because I have a very petite over the top of my head. And so most average caps do that on me, but it's not excessive. It's very, very comfortable. I can get a little bit of stretch out of this one as well. Normally on Gabor, I cinch them in just a tiny, tiny bit. And so I would say this is running, you know, comfortably 21.5 to 22.5 likely circumference. You can look down in my measurements, in the description for my measurements, and compare them to yours just to see how it might fit you. But I really find these to run true to average, real comfortable on me with my measurements. Okay, we're gonna talk about color here, but I just wanna give you my overall impression of this one. I think it's a super comfortable, super cute piece. Really no frills, but on a piece like this, I don't really think you need them. With a lower price point, I think this could be a really great wig to have in your wig closet for the summer or even for the winter if you wear scarves and turtlenecks and high necked shirts, because you're not getting any of the friction damage, which means a wig like this, I feel like I didn't quite get that straight back there, will last a really, really long time. And so if you can do a short style, you don't like a lot of frills, you kind of like a little bit of the edginess of this cut, I think this is a great one to try, especially for under $100 with a 30% discount. All right, everybody, let's talk about this color. So it's SS Buttered Biscuit. Again, the code for this is GL16-27SS. I really appreciate when manufacturers provide the numbers, the color code along with a name, because it can help you understand some of the colors that they've included in that wig. It's not a perfect system because there's variation within even a color code, and the blend matters, but it can be helpful. I do have a blog post on my website where I talk about color, and I have a color index that tells you, like, for example, what does a 16 mean? What does a 27 mean? I will link that blog post in the description so that you can go check it out. It might help you with some wigs you're trying to understand the color on, because color is really hard when it comes to wigs. But this one is a caramel brown base, and then you've got lots of dimension, light brown, wheat blonde. Then you have a very soft root. I really like Gabor's shadow shades. The SS on the color is shadow shade. It just means that it's a soft, natural shade of a root. It's not a long root. It's only way down in the style. Can you see what I mean? It doesn't look like regrowth at all. It looks like somebody who gets their hair colored naturally. They never take the color all the way up to the root like that. So it looks really natural. Now, even though this description really talks about caramel brown, light brown, this is really a blonde. I wouldn't consider this even a light brown. I do think that they were very heavy-handed with the blondes. There's kind of a wheat blonde in here. I would consider this more of a wheat, kind of a wheat blonde. It's not really warm and it's not really cool. It's leaning more warm than anything, but I think it's a real neutral blonde. And you've got some darker tones, but not, I wouldn't call them really, maybe light brown, but this isn't pulling brunette at all. So when you look at the color description, I probably wouldn't go with that. I would go with what you can see in reviews of this color. Now we'll get outside so you can see this color outside. I'm not going to tack on and out of the box because this is out of the box. I did nothing at all to it. It looked just like this coming out of the box. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this one, and thank you, Name Brand Wigs, for allowing me the opportunity to share it with all of my wig sisters. I really appreciate that. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Hello, friends. We're outside and it's sleeting. We just can't win with this weather. This is SS Buttered Biscuit outside. Look at that rooting. So subtle. That wind is a little chilly. Just want to try to turn and make sure the light hits it from different angles. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.